By definition, a metropolitan statistical area consists of 50,000 or more people. The United States government defined 421 cities as metropolitan statistical areas. The government also revealed 86% of the nation's population lived in the metropolitan statistical areas. California has the most metropolitan statistical areas in the United States, with 25. The New York City metropolitan area is the largest metropolitan statistical area in the United States, followed by Los Angeles, and 10% of the United States population lives in New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago metropolitan areas. The most densely populated metropolitan statistical areas are New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco, and Honolulu. By definition, the United States has 310 densely populated cities. 19% of the U.S. population lives in the 310 densely populated cities. New York City is arguably the most notable metropolitan city because of the city's historical value and the U.S. culture. New York City was the first metropolitan city in the United States, and the surrounding areas were the first suburban areas in the nation. The population in a micropolitan statistical area ranges from 10,000 to less than 50,000 people. A micropolitan statistical area consists of a central city and areas surrounding the central city. The United States consists of 542 micropolitan statistical areas. 8% of the U.S. population lives in the micropolitan statistical areas. Wyoming has the most micropolitan statistical areas. By definition, a combined statistical area is two or more neighboring metropolitan or micropolitan statistical areas. An example of a combined statistical area is Dallas-Fort Worth. The remaining U.S. population lives in rural areas. The rural areas are not statistical areas because the U.S. government defines statistical areas based on social and economic conditions. 26 metropolitan statistical areas are in Texas. 90% of Texas residents live in the metropolitan statistical areas. 4% of the United States population lives in Houston, Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, and the greater San Antonio area. General law cities in Texas are distinct in context to the type of general laws cities associate with the land. A Type A general law city differs from a Type B general law city. General law cities in Texas are Type A, Type B, or Type C general law cities. Type C law cities do not prescribe ordinance laws. Also, the cities do not prescribe laws that differ in context to statutes. Specifically, Type C general law cities prescribe statutes. Legislation is federal level law, statutes are state level laws, and ordinances are local level laws. A difference between a Type A and Type B general law city is the government organizational structure. Type C governments operates through a mayor and commissioners. Type B governments functions through a mayor and aldermans. An alderman serves on the city council, whereas a commissioner serves council. A Type A general law city functions through a mayor, and a specific government body. The type of body is dependent upon the city structure. A city with no ward functions under a mayor and 5 council members. A city with wards function under a mayor and 2 council members for each respective ward. An example of powers granted to general law cities is zoning power. A general law city can zone if the zoning aligns state statutes. Briefly, a general law functions under state law. The minimum population of a Type A general law city in Texas is 600 people. The minimum population of a Type C general law city in Texas is 201. A general law city can transform to a home rule form of government if specific actions take place. A specific action is the rate of population change, whereas the population reaches a specific number of people. A home rule city functions under a charter, and the government represents the people and can prescribe action laws based on the city's charter. Another factor is the services provided by general law and home rule law. Government cannot charge a fee for utility services. Specifically, a fee is not associated with a bill charged by a general law government. A home rule city government can charge a fee for utility services provided by the local government. Another difference is homeroom governments can self-govern. The power of a homeroom government is the power to annex. Texas upholds two primary types of annexation: limited and full power annexation. Residents in a homeroom governed city can vote on a city ordinance and local events. Residents in a home rule governed city can participate in an election. Conversely, citizens in a general law governed city can host a poll or a public meeting. However, the results of a poll or meeting are non-binding in context of government formalities. Cities cannot impede, encroach, or override government standards, general law, or home rule governed city because the state has preemption over the areas. For clarity, the state can regulate the laws cities and communities regulate.